This video is brought to you by CoolStuffInc.com, where you can find cool stuff in stock.
Hello and welcome back to another day in the arena. It's me, it's CGB. Today in the arena, we are taking a look at Arclight Phoenix. The Phoenix is back, the bird is back. It has some new tools from the new set that people are excited to try. My favorite is the Sprite Dragon, getting a +1/+1 counter whenever you play a non-creature spell, flying, and haste. This really helps the deck take out cards like Narset, cards like Teferi Time Raveler that really held the deck down for a long time. The reprint of Cathartic Reunion is a big upside to the deck, where you can discard 2 cards to draw 3, gets you deeper in the deck, finds your Arclight Phoenix when you need it. Then you look down and we have Thrill of Possibility, which kind of did the same job, but Reunion gets you deeper, and you end up with a lot of cards worth discarding. So you don't want to flood, and you're drawing a lot of cards. You end up discarding a lot of lands. You don't want removal spells in some matchup. You discard them. It's pretty great deal having Cathartic Reunion here to get through the deck quicker. And we have a way to make use of discarding in Rielle, the Everwise. And whenever you discard 1 or more cards for the first time each turn, draw that many cards. So often if the opponent has stabilized and dealt with your Sprite Dragon, I might say Dorat a lot in this video. So you know what I mean, Dorat the Sprite Dragon. So if they deal with your Dorat and they deal with your Goblin Electromancer, maybe a good turn 5 play is either Rielle the Everwise and Cathartic Reunion to gas up, which is discard 2 to draw 5, or you play Jegantha the Wellspring from your Companion Zone, because our deck actually meets the cost pretty well. The only card I wanted to add for Jegantha that I didn't is Finale of Promise. Finale of Promise is a card that was really good in Arclight Phoenix before a certain card named Teferi Time Raveler came along and unraveled this card. It lets you cast an instant or a sorcery from the graveyard. The problem is you end up casting them at, you just cast them at a speed that Teferi somehow shuts off. So if you play this and your opponent controls Teferi, you get none of the spells you target. So that's why it left the deck. I was tempted to put it back in, but I decided to try the Jegantha version today. But you can certainly try a version with 2 or 3 Finale Promise. Teferi is still popular, but now Dorat is really good at attacking Teferi, and there's another card that helps you kill Teferi, Blitz of the Thunder Raptor. It deals damage to target creature or planeswalker equal to the number of instant or sorcery cards in your graveyard, and it exiles. So it's a really sweet card. We're going to be trying out 4. It might be a 3 of or a 2 of, but my logic is that you can always discard them if they're not doing enough for you. All right, so what we're going to do today is a little different from my typical games. Oh, by the way, sorry, restart that. But I also made a sideboard for you best of 3 players. If you guys want to try it, go ahead and take this out for a spin. And yeah, maybe in best of 3, you'll find some of these options, especially Redcap Melee, Aether Gust, and Mystical Dispute, to really help you in matchups where this deck might otherwise struggle. But today's video is going to be a little different. Normally, I play a bunch of games, usually around somewhere between 5 to 10, to be honest. I don't usually need that many to find a build that I like. But I'm going to be playing games, and to be honest, recording this after a couple of them already. But because I'm scrunched on time, I don't have a lot of time to record today. I'm going to be showing you kind of the progression of the deck as we go. We're going to start with a build that isn't quite like this. We're going to learn what's good, what's not good. We're going to make some substitutions here and there. And then this is actually the final build that I'm re-recording the intro to let you guys know why basically I changed the build in the middle of the gaming. Because sometimes you need to tweak and adjust as you go. Now, is this the final build of the deck that I'm happy with? Actually, I am not quite happy with everything about it, but hey, I'm going to record an outro right after this, so stay till the end and I'll give you my thoughts on where to go next with this Arclight Phoenix deck. So, let's dive in and let the nonsense begin. Game face. Game face says, hand suck. No blue source. Shock, though, and Blitz of the Thunder Raptor. A few cards that might be good against them, but I still think it's a mull. So, what goes away? We definitely keep Arclight. definitely keep the pet. The Opt might be awkward. The Blitz of the Thunderraptor might be required. It's a removal spell. It's unclear what I'm discarding the Cathartic Reunion besides the Phoenix, though. I think I get rid of the Opt. Serrated Scorpion. Let's try out a Temple. Yeah, I want an island. I don't want to take an extra 2 points next turn. Claim the Firstborn might be a real problem for my perfect pet here. Whisper Squad goes away, Reveler stays. So the opponent off to the beatdown. But we still have to try, I believe. We could play around Claim, and that might be a path worth treading. But I think it's a lot better here to get into a race than to try to control this deck. Rude. Well, if I had a shock, I'd feel a lot better. It looks like we just have to exile you. Play you tapped. And get in there. Like I said, I think we're just racing. No claim yet. Second Priest. Hopefully we'll draw a land and be able to blitz that thing. Okay, we did. So let's start out with, we know we want to play this anyway. Let's play a Reunion. You have to drop off a Phoenix and a Blitz. Okay, we draw a Shock, which means we can get rid of the Priest. The opponent can Lurrus it back, but that takes their whole turn, and then we do have a Blitz. Oh, they're impatient. I love it. Well, you don't know who you're messing with, that's for sure. I am CGB. I take my time. They like the emotes, though. Alright, so they give me the oops. What are they sporting here? Do I keep this? Thrill into Thrill might bring back more Phoenix next turn. Sure. Birdo. Smash. Alright. Can we finish the job, or does the opponent have the card they need? Claim the Firstborn for the epic play. Lurrus. If they play the Priest here, we win. They need to interact. Interesting. So they're going to gain some life. That's their play. Get up to 12. Hope that will sustain them. So now we need to try to kill them. So, Opt. Yes. If we draw that, play Thrill, we just need to hit a land or a 1-drop spell, and it's easy money. Wow, we missed. We missed. So now we have to play defense. I can't believe we missed. I'm pretty stunned. Let's see what they top deck. Aside from, I consider them one of the most annoying opponents in the world, it's a good game. They're going to draw. They didn't leave the red untapped for claim, though. They must have had the other mountain in hand. They find an oven. That's good enough, right? Yeah, that is a good game. True that, because they can sacrifice their Serrated Scorpion for lethal. I can't believe we missed. All we needed was an untapped land or a 1-drop spell. And we missed. Heartbreaker. Yeah, we can try this out. I'm sure I'll draw something worth discarding to Thrill. We've got Rielle with a Cathartic Reunion. Our opponent's on fires, so we're probably discarding Shock to the Thrill. Okay. I think... The Royal Scions isn't really doing it for me. Yeah, I think we're discarding Shock to Thrill. The question is, could we be doing better with our mana if we use the Reunion here instead? But if I play the Reunion after the Rielle, I'm better off. That, of course, requires the opponent not to have a Clarion. So, I think I need to go deeper. So, I don't think Rielle's actually going to get to do too much. So we've got to draw some cards. Oof. This is not the quick clock that we need against fires. Maybe I should have mulliganed for a dragon. The opponent's mana open is most likely a Bone Crusher Giant. Let's hit next and see if there's a stick. Oh yeah, they've got a Bone Crusher Giant. So we'll play the Rielle. Make them have the Clarion. If they don't, we get the sweet Thrill of Possibility stuff. In this way, they don't get to Bone Crush our Goblin Electromancer. Brazen Borrower, rude. Well, can't play around all. Not a lot of the, like, some of these decks still run Borrower, but many don't. No white mana yet. No, they had the Giant. They just had both. Gotta love it. All right, let's try this again. Keep getting set up. Why not? It's Fires of Invention time. The white mana has appeared. The Narset is here. It's probably game.
And understanding. Strike with a cunning mind.
Right, Narset down. Well, Narset takes down Rielle. All right, let's send out the Electromancer. Use Thrill of Possibility to get a little deeper, I think. We have a few options here. We could blitz away the Bone Crusher Giant and the Narset. Maybe getting rid of the opponent's threats is just better.
I misjudged our communication.
We can save this. It can be an instant speed play. A Reunion, deeper in the deck, but not a threat. And if this Goblin is gone, going 3 deep is probably going to suck, but I guess it's better than a random draw off the top. All right. We'll see where things go. This is usually the turn where the opponent explodes for a billion damage. Oh. Yep. Just game over, man. What can you do? What can you do? All right. Lock here. Goodbye, Goblin. Let's see this. And see what we can do. Yeah, that's that. Not a great showing for the deck with no Sprite Dragons and no Arclight Phoenix. Well, what we learned in the last game was not to keep a hand without Dorat, and Dorat is here. We're up against Obosh, which could be interesting. Do we fire off an opt turn 1, or do we try to save our life total? I guess every opt we fire off with the Dorat on the field is better, so we'll save it. Uh-oh, it's the red version. That's bad. It means they have removal for our creatures. But we've got to give them a shot. Give them a chance. They usually have Bone Crusher Giant and Shock. So Tin Street Dodger, knock us down to 18, light up the stage, reveal those sweet, sweet lands. There's also a Scorching Spitter. Okay. I would love to draw a land off the top and get to play double Dorat. I wonder if that's what I go for. Or if I try to find a land with Opt. It could be such a terrible thing if we miss. Alright. Let's be aggressive. Third land. Is it something good? Get it? Is it? The banner? Yep. The banner is a card now, everybody. These decks with Obosh and the banner are, well, they're the nuts. They are the truth. They will kill you. Thrill. Alright, we have to start getting luckier because we haven't done it yet, that's for sure. Arclight. I need a land. I have to bottom the card I wanted the most to get a land. And I think I'm just dead here. So, if the opponent plays Obosh, I take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's see, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So yeah, these are 6 each. It's 4 from the hit and then 2 from the ping. So it's 12, 13, 14. Yeah, I can't even attack. Gotta do better than that. These tap lands aren't helpful. Blitz of the Thunder Raptor does 2 right now. It's not nearly enough. Annex, okay. They're slowing down a little. They didn't go for the Obosh. Contemplating some attacks here. They may as well use the Dodger, yep. And I guess, but here's the thing, I would definitely block their 2/1s and turn them into 1/1s without question, because if I do that, let's see, yeah, if they have the Infuriate, if they're an Infuriate gamer, they still only kill 1, whereas if I block and they have 1 Infuriate, it doesn't even kill the Spitter. Their 1/1 creatures don't get pumped by Obosh because they have an even casting cost. A little confused by the Scorched Spitter attack, but maybe they have a shock here. Okay. Oh, we get it out of their hand. It's something. Still on 2. How do we get this thing high enough? With Thrill of Possibility, I'm sure, but we have to make this play. And then we have to do a Thrill of Possibility. Probably ditching the Scions. So we may as well wait on that. Right now this shoots for 4. I might need it. Obosh it is. So, I can't kill the Obosh. I can use Thrill to block the Spitter, and then I take 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, let's see what they do. If I block here, I take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I go down to 2. Then I can Blitz of the Thunder Raptor away the Obosh. But I don't think that's good enough. So I think I have to Blitz on this Tin Street Dodger, because if I'm at 2, I'm going to die. If I was... Do what we gotta do. This also keeps our Dorat from dying. We take 2 from this. Frustrating, but not the end of the world. And now the Prey Piercer is untapped over there, and we have Rielle. Do I have to get this on the battlefield? Maximizing the velocity, discarding Scions draws an extra card. I think I'm better off trying to remove this. Let's see what we find. Brutal. Alright, Play another creature, hope for the best. A Shock or a Bone Crusher Stomp is 4 damage to face. Okay, they find that. What else you got? Oh. Oh, it's been a rough day so far. Oh my goodness. Give it a try. It's got land, it's got spells. Cathartic Reunion can help if we're flooding too much. Looks like we're up against Obosh again. This one is a Black or Rakdos version. Shock has better targets than the Cauldron Familiar, and if I play it later, it can pump some of these things. So let's hold it. And let's start the race, because it almost worked out for us last time. It's going to be much harder to race Obosh, though. Unless they miss their land drops. And it looks like they do. So, let's get Rielle on the field. Just an 0-3, but it can slow some of this damage down. It gives us the potential to have a pretty strong next turn. Alright, they hit the land. They hit the Judith, so they have an Anthem. So I'm not killing anything, so it can't take out the Rielle. Alright, good draw. How best to use it? Let's play second Dorat. Play Lava Coil. Let's smash. Let's hold this back. We can block a Scorpion. Slow the clock on our end for just a little bit. I had a feeling. So we don't want to kill the Cauldron Familiars because the ping from Judith can kill the Rielle. And let's get going. Come on deck. Time to do something. Act like an Arclight deck. Let's go. Nice. Okay, so Thrill can discard Arclight Phoenix and opt. So how much damage is that? That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Is it really that close? It is really that close. How about a shock to the face? How about Blitz of the Thunder Raptor and a shock? Either way, I know I'm going to opt, so let's do that. And see what our options become. Cathartic Reunion, that can drop off the Arclight Phoenix and get 3 cards. The opponent will have to block here, right? Well, they might not. How many spells have I cast? But I don't have an Arclight in the graveyard. That's the tricky part. All right. Oh, I've got them. Right? That'll do it. A little slow sometimes. A little slow sometime finding the Xaxes. But that will do. The hands I've kept like this have been bad. Like, it's done me poorly so far. So, did I learn a lesson? Or do I think this one's better because I have Electromancer on the play into reunions? Triumph. Okay. I think we start off with the aggression. It might get awkward if we don't top deck a land. Oh, rude. And we top deck a land too? Man, it was all going to be according to plan. I'm dropping off the lava coils. It's unclear that I'll get to use them. I know that there is a Bone Crusher Giant, but they might not play it. Man, the Royal Scions. The Royal Scions gotta go, I think. The idea of giving Rielle like a big bonus, it sounds so nice. Oh, they're going to try to make my life hard.
Wind and wave.
I can handle this.
I must stay focused. My mind needs a rest.
Opt first. Sure. Let's make options available. Pretty deep in the deck with no Arclight Phoenix, and our Sprite Dragon died. Our opponent has shown us Bone Crusher and Narset. Could be some kind of a Fires deck. I don't know. Kind of a mystery deck. Double shock. You. Well, had to happen someday. I need to turn on the heat in my room. Hold on. Unprofessional. I know. Have you ever seen such a horrible gamer not paying full attention to the screen? Our opponent wants to Ashiok me. They're going to Ashiok me? Well, maybe I can just kill them for this. You want to block a 5/5? No? Alright, let's head upstairs. Down to 5. Let's hold this, because we could draw Thrill of Possibility. That beautiful out of focus shot as the camera tries desperately to figure out how the heck to get me in frame when I'm so far away. It's asking a lot. He shoots, he scores. Our opponent found a 1/4. Well, they have one timeout after this one. Oh, they're going to grant it again now. Find an answer for Gigantha. All right, draw a removal spell. Let's go. Let's freaking go, deck. Serve me up a removal spell and let them die with an Ashiok in their hand. Let's go. Come on, deck. This is elemental. Oh, it's a shock. Is that good enough? Not quite good enough, is it? If the opponent blocks poorly, it could be enough. What you got? They block the 5/5, they block the 3/3. Okay, well. Welcome to one life. Can you get out of this? I know Chandra won't get you out of this. Need more reactive sideboard cards. When you fetch with Teamer Adventures with Fae of Wishes, you need to have, like, Aether Gust, you know? Aether Gust here would have been very helpful. Devout Decree would have been very helpful, but they don't play white, so forget I said that. Oh, yeah. Back to Plat 3. Well, no. No. Let's put the mulligan on here. Keep Seas. They have Obosh, so our removal spells are likely to be good. I could drop off the Lava Coil planning for the turn 2 Cathartic Reunion, and I definitely want another land, but I'm not even sure what I would discard. Oof. Feels weird. It was that or the Cathartic Reunion itself, which seems really bad, I think. Alright. Everybody trying to make mono red great again. Ooh, a double discard option. Right, take 2. Shock something. Cathartic away 2 Arclight Phoenix. Alright. Uh-huh. Trying to high roll me. Island off the top. Cathartic Reunion. Drop off 2 Arclight Phoenix. Hopefully find the ways, the spells we need to get them back. Ooh, okay. A couple Everwise. More 1-drops. Endless 1-drops, of course. No real option here. Just gotta play our card. Opponent hitting the rope on this one. It's a hard life. They have a 6-point swing with the castle, at least. So their turn is definitely not all lost. If I were them, I would just attack with everything. Use the castle. And it looks like that's the play. Let's block one of these because it can be unblockable later. Okay. If they use a shock to get rid of the creature and I get a 2-for-1 here, I'm pretty happy. It could have certainly worked out worse for me. Ooh, they have a Spitter. Spitter with Obosh. So cruel. They're going to be trying to top deck. So do we play Rielle in a tap land? Or I don't think that the Lava Coil here is going to help very much. We could, if we're going to opt, we can opt first. We have 2 Arclights in the graveyard. So if we find a spell, we might be able to Lava Coil and get those back, which is better, I think, than playing a Rielle. Thrill. We'll give it a try, I think. But if we go for Thrill here, we have no board presence. If we whiff. I think I bottom the Thrill. Another island. Not ideal. Alright, come on down. Just about dead. There's not going to be any stabilizing, that's for sure. Even with 2 Arclights in the graveyard, it looks like we're just not going to get them back. We drew too many lands afterwards. And Rielle just didn't do the job. Just didn't do the job at all. The card's been letting me down. But not as much as the Royal Scions. Okay. Oof. Okay. They forgot to make the tokens. They have the shock in the graveyard, that's why. So, if I block anything, the Chandra will bring back a shock. Is that fine? I mean, not blocking's not an option, right? We should probably stop this because the trigger with the Obosh is a bit much. If we don't draw a card draw spell, we can Gigantha. That's pretty meh.
If you've seen this one before.
Wow. Oh. It's a lot of land.
Hey, these little guys
And that is lethal with the castle. I can definitely say I'm not happy at all with the build of the deck, so I'm going to make a few changes. I don't usually do this mid-video. Giving people like a version of the deck at the beginning and then a different version later is generally a bit much for YouTube audiences to handle. Requires that they freak out, rage, and complain. But I can't seem to stop that no matter what I do. So the Scions have been horrid. Rielle hasn't been good. I just don't know if this is enough creatures. Another early aggressive creature threat might be nice. The Electromancer, maybe I just have to play more of those. So we can try that. Still don't think we're a Crackling Drake deck though. We can play more Lava Coils and just have all this removal, but we have to be able to fill our graveyard pretty quickly. It's hard to picture what that looks like, really. And anyway, we definitely need to draw more spells. That's been a pretty big issue. Let's go to 3 Temples of Epiphany. Drawing multiples of those is kind of like conceding the game. Cutting Gigantha and running Finale of Promise sounds pretty nice, to be honest. And that's probably the other way to play the deck. I'm just really infatuated with companions. I want to play all the companion decks. We've had some luck racing Obosh, so I'm going to try that again, which means filling the graveyard's pretty important here. So we want to play the Opt on turn 1. And get the Sprite Dragon cooking. If this is the mono black version, they sometimes just have no removal. They just don't play it. Alright, black red. Scorpion, sure. Squad, of course. Cathartic Reunion, and we have a shock that can hit the Whisper Squad, I suppose. But we don't have any Arclights, and I'm not even sure what I really want to discard. So maybe I'm better off playing the removal spells than the Reunion. So let's go with a shock on the squad. We'll pay 2 here. We'll use a Thunder Raptor on the Scorpion. And we'll get in there. Oh, Judy. Judy is back. Opt, excellent. Yes, so I think if I just remove and smash, I can't lose. Save the ones that are instant speed. They possibly catch Obosh and get them. Maybe 2 of the blitzes of the Thunder Raptor should be Scorching Dragonfire so that they're better early. Or maybe it should be like 3 and 2. Maybe the Lava Coils should just be Scorching Dragonfires. Yeah, what am I really missing out on for that, right? What is 4 toughness that I have to remove that I can't hit with a blitz? I think I like that idea. Alright, so we can play the Goblin Electromancer and the Cathartic Reunion. We have to discard 2 blitzes. I think that's okay, though. I know Obosh is close to happening. But I think that just getting to the opponent makes sense here. Wow, Arclight City. Now we need to draw top deck another Reunion and we're all set. Get him. It's a lot of damage. More than a cat oven can contain. Our opponent needs a Claim the Firstborn off the top. Or Dorat the Perfect Pet is going to be indeed the perfect pet. Or Sprite Dragon, if you prefer. This is one, honestly, where I don't like the little animated nearly as much. I might go switch that. Another Judith. Not good enough. Right? I don't think it's good enough. Impress me, opponent. Can you kill me? Squad. Okay. I mean, you gotta dial it up to 11 against this deck. You got to. Hey, they're not gonna watch me dial it up to 11. Aw. Alright, I'm going to record a few more tweaks to the build. So, Lava Coil out, Fire in. It can hit Planeswalkers. Some would say Fire Prophecy is a card I should run here, and since it is easy to discard, I mean, it's worth considering. I think the Exile matters a lot. I could see running the Prophecy. It's only really good, though, if you're flooded or desperate for a land drop and you have removal you can't use. So, it has moments. I just don't know. I'm really unclear about it. I think that the Exile might just matter so much, though. And hitting Planeswalkers. Hitting Narset into Teferi is a big deal. So let's try that. Also, I think that what you can do here, if you want to, is change the arts, right? Wow, a lot of sprite. I didn't expect that. Must be one of the keywords. All right, so how do you... card styles. This one. Style cannot be purchased? Weird. All right, I guess this. There we go. And apply? No, not what I meant to do. Okay. So I've never used this before. I'm not Noxious. I don't know how Noxious does it. I just want this. Select. Okay, now I guess I don't hit apply styles. Done. I don't think I did it. I selected, but I don't think it worked. Maybe you guys can tell me in comments. What the heck am I doing wrong? I guess that pushed it too far. I've never had a style I wanted to turn off. But Sprite Dragon, yeah. That Dorat Perfect Pet is just a bit much for me. I could have tried to use Opt to find a red source there, but the deck's, like, that hand still didn't have a lot of the things I'm looking for. So on the play, I don't think I'll need a Shock. I don't see an Obosh. In fact, I don't see anything. I think I keep all the card draw and the land. Say goodbye to Shock. Temple of your own, huh? All right. Been a good time to draw a perfect pet. Going to use Thrill at instant speed on their turn after seeing what they play. Might give me a better idea of what to keep. The opponent's giving me no signals. So at this stage in the game, we can get rid of the Dragonfire because the Blitz is almost to that level already. And once we play the Cathartic Reunion, it will be. It's a good thing this card gets around Mystical Dispute, or I would be really afraid. So what are we doing? I think we can discard this island, and I think I'll discard the Blitz. I don't see any creatures yet. And we might need to go really deep into our deck to find our Arclight Phoenix, our Sprite Dragon. All right, we found a dragon. Opt from the opponent. Card to hand. Another card. Ironcrag Pyromancer. I have regrets. Oh my gosh, the one time my Lava Coil would have been clutch, right? So if I play the Sprite Dragon, it's gonna die. Oof. Oh, that's brutal. Let's drop off the Dragonfire and try to find a Blitz of the Thunder Raptor now. Oh gosh, this is terrible. On the bright side, we are going through our deck. On the not bright side, our opponent has a Pyromancer that I could have answered 100 different ways, but they're all down here now. This is an example of just doing everything wrong. Arclight from the opponent. All right. Well, it's nice to see somebody else out here understands the joy of Arclight Phoenix. We've got to do the full hand reload. There we go. We got a blitz. So the Pyromancer easily takes out the Rielle. The opponent has a Crackling Drake. Man, it was like we had this game if I was just patient, but I didn't know what they were playing, and I certainly didn't expect to play against what we're playing against. It's like nobody else is outrunning this deck. All right. Red, blue, Pyromancer, or Electromancer, sorry. Blue, red, dragon. Attack. Does the opponent have the guts to block? They do, actually. All right. Send you away. We don't really want to shock away the Arclight since the opponent can probably get it back. Oh, that's so rude. That is so rude. Okay, fine. So the shock and response won't save it because of the way the triggers are stacked. So now we may as well save our shock for the Arclight Phoenix to prevent some damage or to grow this Sprite Dragon, but this game is convincingly destroyed. The changes we made to our deck were terrible for this matchup. I'm sure you guys have been there. I'm sure you guys know that life. I read complaints about it in Discord, and I read complaints about it all the time on comments. You guys, you take the Wraths out of your deck and you play against aggro. You put the Wraths back in, you play control, right? All right, let's try to put some pressure up. So I could try to chump this. They're just going to shock it. Rude. All right, do we Gigantha here? I think so. The opponent can kill us with the Crackling Drake and the Arclight Phoenix, so be it. I don't think playing the Phoenix and chumping there is going to get us through another turn. They have Ox. I thought about Ox, but then you can't play Gigantha. Maybe Ox is just better. I mean, my 3/5/5 hasn't exactly won me these games, has it? Blitz. Interesting. Bird. So we hold back, try to catch the opponent charging in. We blitz down the Crackling Drake. We block bird on bird. And then what? We don't have any cards in hand to discard if we draw several of our effects that would help us like get going. We have to draw like opt into opt into opt or something silly like that. Okay, Beacon Bolt. And again. Yeah, that will do. Because they get back the Arclight Phoenix. Or, just dead on board. I can't kill both. Man, that game hurts. Can't go out like that. On the draw, not the best removal spell to have early. But let's hang on to it. We do have the Sprite Dragon. Our opponent has the Flourishing Fox, and we don't... Oh, what a top deck. That was clutch. This card will obliterate you. Absolutely obliterate you in the cycling matchup. I wonder how the cycling matchup is. I feel like we can put a quick clock on our opponent, which might be good enough. Oh, they're just cycling the Stinger here. They're not even trying to play another creature. Okay. Oh, maybe they selected the wrong thing, or maybe they're messing with me. You never know. Yep, humanity in the arena is what you decide to believe it to be. Another fox. And a cycle right now. Alright, we need to draw land. Oh man, this is going to be hard to keep up with. Well, we have the opt. It's going to be hard to get our Blitz of the Thunder Raptor, though, to finish the job. Temple. Alright. So this hits for 2. Let's go ahead and drop off, I think, the land. We could also drop off the opt, but having more options for next turn sounds good, and we'll probably draw another land anyway. Our goal now is to make this Sprite Dragon hard to keep up with as well. But they already have 4 cycling cards in the graveyard, so if they have a Zenith Flare for the Dragon, it's already dead. A little awkward on the land. Another red source would be nice to play Dragon and Blitz, but it looks like we're definitely going to have to keep filling our graveyard to catch this fox. Ooh, they cast Go for Blood. Alright. So this can be a 5. Yep. So we take our first hit of the game, but we can catch this with the Blitz using Opt. Cathartic Reunion, I'll take it. Arclight, I'll take it. We're getting set up pretty well for the next turn. Blitz will kill it. But I will say, I missed Lava Coil. If we had Lava Coil, we never would have had to take that hit. So, as soon as I took the Lava Coils out, it feels like we really started missing them. Interesting. I guess that gets damage through. The opponent's playing really aggro. So does that mean their last card is a Zenith Flare? I don't know. I think we Gigantha. Make a 5/5. Because right now the mana is too awkward to have a good turn, otherwise we end up with a lot of unspent mana. Okay, they're drawing land. We are drawing land that is not red. So we could use Gigantha for red mana. Could play the Sprite Dragon, then Cathartic Reunion and see what happens. It's pretty strong, I think. I'm not going to get to use this other mana, unfortunately. But hopefully we draw into some good stuff. Alright, 1 spell, Cathartic Reunion. If we can get 2 more, Arclight Phoenix. Wow, just... the deck hates me right now so much. I mean, why not? We're just going to end up discarding it probably anyway, but it's a source of damage. Okay, the opponent's last card is Zenith Flare, I think. It could be a land, because Footfall Crater holds priority, but it feels like it's Zenith Flare. The opponent trying to get in there. They have 7 cards. We are at 9. We need to try to finish them. So, how do we do it? If we play a Sprite Dragon, it's probably not going to do the job. Because getting back on Arclight is probably more damage. Because I don't think we'll cast enough spells. So, let's Cathartic Reunion. Discard you and you. Keep the other Reunion to draw 3. Another Arclight. We need a red source. Like, the amount of islands we've drawn is pretty unbelievable. Okay, we drew the red source, and that's a lot of damage. So, but if I shock here, the opponent Zenith Flares me and I die. Because that's 7. Wow. It's that close. It's that close. If I tap the Gigantha, I get back 9 damage with the Arclight Phoenix. I guess that's pretty good. So be it. It's better than 5. And we still have a blue that we can use, but now we draw the mountain. We have Scorching Dragonfire and Blitz of the Thunderraptor. Ooh, let's save this, because if they point the flare at the Sprite Dragon, they die. Okay, no flare. Well, wait, they didn't have the mana for it. I keep on talking about the flare. They only had 3 mana. I thought they had 4. Details. Details. I'm sure there's already 50 comments about this. Still, I think it's a good thought exercise, although I took a risk I didn't have to take. I definitely took a risk I didn't have to take because of that, but found it. I think it's a good thought exercise, though, to think about things like that when looking at a shock land in your hand and the opponent's ability to Zenith Flare you to death if you play it untapped. I can win a game here, and if I do, I start off higher in ranked than... I end higher than I started. And that's what I want. I just want to end higher than I started. Fires. Alright. Our hand is pretty quick against fires. Dragonfire is probably not great, but we can discard it. Our opponent gets to open on Sphinx. They're probably going to take 2 turns here where they don't do much. We really need to dodge a Bone Crusher Giant. If they don't have a Bone Crusher Giant, we'll be in a pretty good spot. Pretty good spot with Sprite Dragon into Electromancer, probably. I think we do this. Why did they shock on turn 1, by the way? Mystical Dispute? Unbelievable. Yeah. Alright, well, our Sprite Dragon did 2 damage. You could say don't play into it there, but they're going to have that mana available nearly every turn, no matter what. Alright, they didn't have another one at least. We need more pressure now. But man, that Mystical Dispute was brutal, and this Flood is brutal. Today on CGB Loses to Fires. It's everybody's favorite show. I mean, a lot of you choose to watch it. I guess we need a thrill. It's better than a random draw off the top, but we are so dead. That was our turn to apply pressure, and we failed. We failed so much. Uh-huh. Alright, so they play a Sphinx. Let's shock it out of there. Nasty 2 for 1 here. Then we're going to untap, play Gigantha. Just to have a 5/5 on the field. Hope the opponent misses their land drop. And then see what we can do. They have their land drop. Okay, Elspeth Conquers Death. At least they played a reactive spell. That ability next turn is going to be ouch. I don't know what we're going to do here. I just don't see it. I just don't see how we get out of this one. Well, there's an Arclight. It's a something not nothing play. But this Flood is nasty. Maybe it's time to do 20 land in this deck. Mythos. Alright. Dead bird. The opponent really trying to pick off all the creatures. Okay. We've got to keep holding this land. As much as I'd love to scry, we have to hold it so we can draw Thrill of Possibility and possibly go nuts and get back the birds. The opponent gets back the Sphinx. It's a good blocker here. Can they kill me? I hope they can, because I want this to be done. Barry. Why not? If they make me pick it back up, though, Cathartic Reunion's a draw. Interesting. They can bounce their own fires if they want to play 2 Bone Crusher Giants, and I think they should. They don't.
Here we go.
And that's game. Wow. Mistreated and abused. Mistreated and abused. And we are back to record the post-match outro. Sorry, today's video was a little all over the place where I had to re-record the intro, so I kind of introduced the deck that you see near the end anyway, and then we come back for the final changes. But shouldn't surprise you too much. After watching the games, staying till the end, which, by the way, stayed till the end, gang, always cool. If you are here watching this, you are infinitely cooler than somebody who bailed like 10 minutes ago or 20 minutes ago or 30 minutes ago. Your coolness, big coolness. You are big cool. So, let me know in comments. Are you big cool? Did you stay till the end? I always appreciate that. It lets me know that I'm not recording the outros for nobody. But anyway, this deck, we basically treaded water, which isn't my goal in ranked. I want to do better than that, especially against the aggro decks in the format. And figuring out the right mix of cards, there's usually 2 things that can happen when you're treading water with a deck. Either 1, your deck's not very good. It's not doing powerful enough things, and you should be playing a different deck. I don't think that's the case here. I think this deck has enough good stuff going on that we could be playing with a different set of cards that's better tuned to the meta and be having different performance. So that's the number 2 thing. We have the wrong build. So what's the right build here? How do we get it to really finish the games? I really, really, really missed Finale of Promise. Like, there were a lot of times where I was top decking at the end of the game and I was thinking, what could I draw? What could I actually draw that gets me back in this game? If I top deck a Cathartic Reunion, I did not have enough cards in my hand to discard to it, so it would have been a failure. If I draw a removal spell, that's nothing. If I draw a perfect pet here, it just attacks for 1. Like, the top decks weren't very good. So one way to defeat that is to run Finale of Promise, because Finale of Promise, well, it violates the Gigantha Clause, so we have to cut that. But Finale of Promise is a total reload. If you have a Thrill of Possibility and a Cathartic Reunion in your graveyard, you don't have to pay the cost, which is to discard them. You just get to draw 5. And it counts as casting 3 spells. So it gets back Arclight Phoenix. So I think that is just a necessity here. I'm not sure I need all the Electromancers, but I do need a critical mass of creatures, or I'm not doing much. I definitely don't feel like I need the 3rd Rielle. Maybe this is acceptable and you just have to mulligan to make sure that you have an Arclight or a Dorat early, or that you draw into something. Now, the other big parts of the deck is the removal spells. They were kind of up and kind of down. I think we can go to 3 Blitz of the Thunder Raptor and either another Scorching Dragonfire or Lava Coil. The Flourishing Fox game is the thing that convinced me that I still need Lava Coil. I need a better mana output. Plus, we just re-added Finale of Promise. Now, Finale of Promise brings back sorceries. We don't have very many sorceries, so I actually think we need the 4th Lava Coil in that case. Maybe we go down to 1 Scorching Dragonfire because of that. Scorching Dragonfire is still better on turn 2 than Blitz is, and Blitz is still better later. Maybe it's a split. All right. I hope you've enjoyed this particular video where I'm going through my building and tweaking process as I play. I'm actually going to cut another land too. We flooded a bit much. But yeah, let me know in comments. Did you enjoy watching me tweak the deck and work on the deck as I go? Or do you like it when I present one deck, it is the deck, we play the deck, we come back, we talk about maybe some changes to the deck, but the deck list stays unchanged. I did kind of experiment with this in the past with changing the deck as I go. The response in the past was overwhelmingly no. We want to see one deck, the only deck. Don't mess with our brains that way. But things have changed. I've got a lot of new viewers since then, about 30,000 to be exact. So this might be a good time to see what you guys think. So, big cool gang, here at the end. Tell me what you think. Should I be tweaking the decks as I go? I usually do this a lot on Twitch, by the way. Monday through Thursday, 4 to 6 Eastern Standard Time on Twitch. I usually do a lot of deck tweaking over there. Or do you want YouTube to be as YouTube has been for a long time, which is like the build, you get a build, it is the build, play my build? Let me know. Anyway, there's the deck. Thank you for watching this video. As always, I will see you in the next video tomorrow, and goodbye.